Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and their twin flame connection. Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one, or if you're interested in making a donation, the information about that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance for that. All of your subscribes and your likes and your shares, it really makes a difference to the growth of my channel and to my confidence level. So thank you, Sag. This is a reading for people who are in a twin flame connection, and if you don't know what a twin flame connection is, I highly suggest that you watch one of the many videos that have been posted, people explaining it a lot better than me. I am in a twin flame connection, but it's kind of hard to describe sometimes, but essentially it is when two people share the same soul, so energetic soul. So one soul, two people, one soul, two bodies. And I'm telling everybody, it sounds like a crazy wacky thing that the kids have come up with these days, but and a lot of people, a lot of tarot readers actually, they don't subscribe to the twin flame storyline. And to that, all I can say is, unless you are in an actual twin flame dynamic, it's very hard to understand it. On the outside, it may seem codependent and toxic and crazy. But on the other hand, when you're in a twin flame dynamic and you've ascended spiritually and you can come to a place of reckoning with your twin, it can be one of the most rewarding connections of your life. So there's a runner and there's a chaser in this twin flame dynamic, and normally the chaser would be the one who has more of a proclivity towards spiritual pursuits, and they know through and through that their counterpart, their twin, is their divine counterpart, their divine soul. They may not be able to say, "You're my twin flame." People may not even know what that means, that term, but they know through and through that that person is their person. And the runner in the dynamic, so that's a chaser. The runner in the dynamic is like, whoa, I really have fallen so hard for this person, but I'm not ready. It's too intense, it's too overwhelming, overbearing, suffocating, and I can't be around it anymore, and they run. And it's only when we've gone through our spiritual awakening that the polarities flip. So then the chaser becomes the runner becomes the chaser. And then there's like a leveling out period where you energetically meet as equals. Not everyone wants to end up with their twin flame in a romantic way, or you know, some people just want to walk away from the twin flame connection, and that's absolutely okay. But you can never cut cords with your twin. It's an energetic bond that is for eternity. So knowing that, how do we come to grips with it? How can we learn from our twins? How can we let go of all of the codependency and toxic behaviors? So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. We're going to use the Way of the Panda Tarot for your tarot reading because I felt like there needed to be a little bit of levity, because the twin flame dynamic can be so intense, and I just wanted to put a cute face on it. And we're going to use Caroline Mrs. Archetype cards to get the overall energy for Sagittarius. If you don't know if you're in a twin flame connection, you may think you are, or you're not sure, and you just want to stick around to hear a channeled message, then please stick around. Oh, Sag, this is beautiful. And it's the color orange, which I always weirdly associate with Sagittarius. And the card is Mentor. And then there's a light attribute and a shadow attribute. And the light attribute says, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. The shadow attributes, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. So we can see here, here's this kind of, I don't know, sensei type figure. It's weird how there's like, he's like wearing a cloak of feathers. It's almost like peacock feathers or like something like that. So I almost want to say like maybe your twin is an air sign. Aries, I'm sorry, why did I say Aries? Maybe they're an Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But the Mentor card talks about, you know, teachings. So it is kind of like what I was talking about, that if we can learn the lesson, if we can look at our twin as a kind of spiritual mentor in the 5D. Now, they may drive us crazy in the 3D, but if we can step away from that and see them as our greatest teacher, it can really help us to understand the dynamic. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards of clarifier, 5 cards have already popped out. It's going to be start with your energy, and it's going to be their energy, the connection, and advice from spirit. So, all right, 8 cards on the table. Okay, so 3 major arcana. That's a lot. Some of the readings didn't have this many. So whenever I talk about major arcana, that's the first 22 cards of the tarot deck. Very, very big energies, like divinely guided energies. Your spirit guides, your ascended masters, and everybody's source energy, all kind of conspiring. When I talk about minor arcana, it's the smaller energies. It's significant, but it's the energies and the actions that you and I can affect in day-to-day life. So we're going to start with your energy, Sagittarius. And you start with a fire energy, although it's Leo, strength card in the reverse. Strength card would normally talk about a mastery over the ego. So this kind of looking at our, you know, what triggers the ego. The ego center is there to protect us in a way from, you know, having kind of an identity crisis. But when you have an ego death, it's like you blow your ego out the door. You blow your identity out the door, because only when you do that can you experience spirit in connection with spirit, because you're no longer, it's not just you against the universe, it's you are the universe. And that's such a crazy heady thing to come to grips with, to be honest with you, right? Last time I got this card, I looked at this little mouse on top of his head, and he's got a sword and he's got like a little hat, and he looks kind of like Robin Hood. So I'm going to say it again, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Maybe that's Robin Hood is a reference for you and your twin. Maybe you watched that movie together, or you made fun of that movie together, or there's something that one or both of you does that maybe you, not to say steal from the rich to give to the poor, but maybe you work for a nonprofit, you know, maybe you are volunteer. Maybe you are a big brother or big sister. You are a mentor to somebody. Who knows? take it as it resonates. But the Strength card is in the reverse. So there seems to be a struggle right now of you coming to terms with what this all means, because it's clarified by the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands in the upright is the 1111 card. This is the card of twin flames, kind of a solid foundation and kind of building something together. But you got this card in reverse. This is your energy, that there's something in the twin flame dynamic that is really difficult for you to understand at this time. You know, like it's like a, thank you, Spirit. It's like a rejection of the dynamic. So you could be I could be talking to the runner right now, but take it as it resonates. I kind of think I am talking to the runner. I think you're the runner. Take it as it resonates though, because it may be difficult for you. Maybe this is the lesson that you're learning right now, that you are worthy of an undying love. That sounds so crazy to say, but why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be worthy of an undying love? That someone would feel so deeply for you that they would want you to be their world. Why is that actually crazy? Aren't you worth it? Let me pull a clarifier on that. Oh, that was fast. Two of Wands. You're just like, I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. Two of Wands talks about directionality. Like there's a map on the ground there. He's trying to figure out which direction he wants to move into. It really speaks to Sagittarius energy. I'm a Sag rising. And also a twin flame. I don't think I mentioned that. I'm sure I did in some other reading, but Sag wants to be free, right? Sag always wants an exit plan. Sag wants to travel the world. Sag wants to explore the mind, body, and soul, anywhere and everywhere. There's a little compass I never noticed right here. A little compass. Do you feel like your twin is going to hold you back? Maybe. Let me pull one more because I'm nosy. What's the deliberation about? Two of Swords in the reverse and Five of Pentacles. So double twos. It's a synchronicity. Two of Swords would, you know, you may have been, look at his, deliberating, contemplating inside your head. This is air energy. It's just kind of like there might have been a time where you were overthinking something and it caused you to be stagnant. Perhaps perhaps you understanding and knowing that in order for you to have this kind of life, you may have to leave your twin behind. That's harsh. That hurts me. Just because, you know, Spirit, whenever I channel messages, Spirit gives me images from my own life, obviously, right? Images, symbols, synchronicities, sounds, songs, names, references, and they're showing me my dynamic with my twin. And I'm very much a homebody and, you know, wanted him to stick around, and he wants to see the world and travel and do all kinds of things, right? So Yeah, my twin loves me very much, but it kind of comes to an impasse, right? When two people want different things. And there was a part of you that didn't want, it's like you don't want to leave your twin behind. That's not, you're not trying to hurt your twin, I don't feel like. But also it's you know, or maybe you're the one being left behind. Take it as it resonates. And then wondering, okay, what am I going to do now? Feel free to flip the energies, because twins mirror each other, so the energies can flow back and forth. That's what I read from your perspective. From their perspective, I see the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Major Arcana, number 10, representing divine timing, good luck, good fortune, right? He's sucking on a lollipop. What's to be upset about? Queen of Cups is somebody, the Cancer energy, who just absolutely just has an overabundance of love, just loves so much that I just, Spirit just said, loves till it hurts. They love till it hurts sometimes. That's the danger. Loving till it hurts, giving so much love, too much. So if your twin is the chaser and that's all they wanted to do is give this to you, I'm going to say again, why aren't you worth it? Why are you running away from that? Right? Because Spirit is showing me, oh, this is true blue. This is destined. We always have free will. But your person knows that it's destined. Your person knows that it's all about divine timing. I mean, they're sitting in really gorgeous energy. But let's see, when I clarify Wheel of Fortune and Queen of Cups Spirit. Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're waiting for you to make your offer, but it hasn't come yet. So there could be frustration for them, right? Because they're like, but I know that this is meant to be. Spirit knows that this is meant to be. So why isn't it coming towards me? Knight of Cups is an offer of love. Look at the effort, though, that one would have to make. There's like a lot of climbing involved. It's a little awkward with this gigantic oversized rose. And, you know, how are we going to grip onto the tree with this cup in our hand? I find myself saying a lot of excuses, right? Sag, don't be offended. Are there some excuses that are being, I don't know, excuses? Page of Cups. Ay, ay, ay. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The love, they want the love. Page, Knight, Queen of Cups. Wow. Wowie zowie. That is quite a synchronicity. Oh, they're like, okay, maybe, it makes me sad for the chaser, only because it's like, okay, maybe you can't give this to me right now, but just throw me a bone. Give me a little Page of Cups. Just throw me a little bone. Ay, ay, ay. That makes my heart hurt. But Sag, I'm not saying this to you so that you can feel guilty, because you're doing that just fine. There's guilt energy in this card for you. And it's not about feeling guilty, right? Like, and I hope that you're doing this, and I'm going to believe that you are. You're making the best decisions you know how to make with what you've been given in this moment in time. Now, that's not to say that tomorrow you can't make a different kind of decision, right? You can make a different kind of decision, and that's absolutely fine. But your twin is sitting in this expectant energy. They're waiting. I wanted to say there was like the one half of me that said, oh, well, not for much longer. But then there was this other half that spirit took up and just like, no, they're going to wait. They're going to wait. So Sag, you have to ask yourself, right? Like, I'm drawn to this shadow attribute in the last line, imparting false information. You have to ask yourself, are you keeping your twin on the line, on the hook? If you want to travel the world and you want to explore and be a fab Sag self, don't keep your twin on the hook anymore, right? Don't want to do that. What's the connection? The Empress in reverse, major arcana number 3. The great attractor, great receiver, manifester. The Empress has the power of all 4 queens of the tarot. So not just Queen of Cups, but all of them. And is Taurus energy, overly abundant, but manifests and attracts things to her. Law of attraction is the Empress card, but she got it in reverse. This connection got it in the reverse. Clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. So we're kind of just, in terms of the twins in this dynamic, they're just kind of trying to get through day to day to day, day by day, doing the very best that they can. It's almost like now I see this as the mentor and this as the student. It could be, you know, mother and cub, divine feminine. Sorry, it's very distracting music outside. Sorry, I was trying to identify what the music was. It was just irritating me the whole time. So there could be, you both could be distracting yourselves is what I want to say. Because no matter what, I don't like to see the Empress in reverse, because it means that we're not focusing on the things that we're trying to manifest. So whatever this has to do with, and it may have nothing to do with your twin, but if you are trying to manifest something like a new beginning, like something entrepreneurial, you're trying to get a project off the ground, whatever it is, there isn't enough focus on it. So Spirit is saying, look, you have a lot of resources right now. And the one thing that we want to talk about in the twin flame dynamic, whether you want to be with your twin or not, your twin is there with you energetically. You want to raise your own vibration and raise your twin's vibration by proxy, you know, like kind of by spiritual proxy. When we raise our vibrations, it's like we can still accomplish great things. And your twin may be triggering you right now and distracting that, right? Or you could be distracting them or distracting yourself. Take away that distraction, whatever it is. I wanted to say either somebody's overspending, gambling, is something with money, right? Because it's almost like we have to use our money in the way that the Queen of Pentacles would. Like, we use them as not excess, but resources, so that we can build and grow and learn and prosper. And now my third eye is kind of pulsing a little bit. Can I get a clarifier for the Empress in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Page of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse. Yeah. No more procrastinating. This can be the little thief of the tarot, and sometimes I feel like he steals time. No more procrastinating, right? Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's like we're not giving our pentacles away right now. This is about saving. That's advice from Spirit. This is a tough one. 3 of Swords in the reverse. 3 of Swords is the toughest card in the tarot deck. this card came out in one of the readings that I did for the other fire signs. There's a book that's on his back, and the swords are going through it. And to that I said, what is the story that you've been telling yourself that's not true? Either about your twin, about yourself, about your circumstances. You got this card in reverse. We want to see these kinds of cards in the upright because it means that we can move past them. We can take it to the next step. We can go to the Four of Swords. But right now you have it in reverse. So Spirit is saying, right? And you have this card, which is absolutely unique to this deck. Imagination Station. And I'll have you see he has a notebook and a quill. And these like kind of atomical, chemical ideas buzzing around. Imagination Station, unique to this deck. What can we come up with? What can we imagine in our mind's eye? What we see, as Baba Jolie, one of my favorite tarot readers, likes to say, what you can see in the mind, you can have in the hand. And if I just said to you, what is the story, the false narrative that you've been telling yourself? Is it possible to write a new narrative for yourself? To come up with a new story and make that come true? Something that has all of this beautiful rainbow pastel energy. Something that's multi-layered, multifaceted, dynamic, and full of wonder is what I just heard. Like, don't stop yourself from aiming high. The Empress in the upright, there's no limitation on what she can attract towards her. So don't stop short of the thing that you really want. So that's your reading, Sagittarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you so much.